All right, so hello everyone. Welcome. If you are new, welcome back. If you love me, I love you too. We are here for Ophiuchus, which is our all sign guidance. All right, I'm using the Power of Love cards by James Van Praagh and my Super Attractor cards by Gabrielle Bernstein in one big deck. All right. If you'd like timestamps for your sign, you can put them in the comments. I typically don't do it for Ophiuchus. I do timestamps for a lot of my other videos, but I don't do them for Ophiuchus. I don't know why, I just don't. But maybe it's because all the signs are relatively close together that I don't really put the timestamps in. But I do cardinal signs, fixed signs, mutable signs, and fire, earth, water, fire, earth, air, water, in that order. All right, so I'll do cardinal fire, starting with Aries. It does work out that Aries is always first and Pisces is still last. I'm sorry. It just works out that way. All right, so with that said, I appreciate all the likes and the comments. It really helps support me and the channel grow and continue to get messages like these out for people. So thank you in advance to everybody who participates with me in that way. All right. Let's see here. Spirit, please. What card above all others for the month of August for cardinal, fixed, and mutable energy? They would catch this in divine time and need this guidance. All right, so cardinal. And I'll face the cards towards you once I get them all out. Okay. It's fixed energy. And mutable, please. All right, lots of root chakra energy, yeah? All right, fire, please. Earth, please. Air, please. And water, please. Okay. Overall, on the bottom it says, I release time and let the universe show me what to do. I release time and let the universe show me what to do. On the top of the deck, we have, I choose to be a super attractor and have unwavering faith in the universe. So this is definitely about surrender and just doing as you're guided and not trying to force any particular outcomes with any particular people or circumstances, just trusting that the universe has your highest good in heart and mind and will not let you down with whatever it's manifesting. All right, so overall energy for everyone. Okay. Just put that right there for you as overall. Okay. Cardinal, fire, Aries. My super attractor power comes from how I feel, my faith in love, and the joy I put out. Manifesting is the creative process of aligning with the energy of the universe to co-create an experience that elevates my spirit and the spirit of the world. All right, Aries. With this being your guidance for August, This is about being consciously aware of what it is you're feeling. It's not even necessarily what is going on around you, so much as it is how you're responding, not reacting, right, but responding to what is going on around you. Like, are you responding with gratitude? Are you responding with the acknowledgement that you are being taught, right, that you are being divinely taught? Are you losing your sense of sovereignty and letting other people's choices and behavior and words change your mood, right? Change how you're feeling or thinking or perceiving about things. Remember that at the end of the day, the end of every day, that your energy is what is being created more of. Right? So if you're sad and you're focused on being sad, you're going to be sad again and sad more, right? But if you acknowledge that you're being or feeling sad, and you're like, you know what, I have a lot to be grateful for, even if it's not, you know, all the things I would like, there's still things that I am really grateful for, and to just refocus on that, right? Instead of calling yourself, you know, lazy, maybe you can acknowledge that you're overwhelmed. And in that acknowledgement of being overwhelmed, you can be solution oriented and say, okay, well, how can I make what I need to do easier, right? How can I make my everyday less stressful? You know, what is it that I absolutely have to deal with, want to deal with, and what do I really not want to deal with? You know, what do I think I have to deal with, but I really fucking don't if I just apply being solution oriented to my day, right? It's a matter of how you're going about feeling through things. So, Aries, just be very consciously aware of your energy and what you're putting out into the world, because you're co-creating with Spirit 24/7, right? You are co-creating with Spirit 24/7. You and Spirit are not separate. Life is not happening to you. It's happening for you because of you. So, keep that in mind. All right. Cardinal, Earth, Capricorn. My super attractor power comes from how I feel, my faith and love, and the joy I put out. Remember, trust. You have a strong connection to your soul's loving voice and have faith in your intuition. Right, so faith, right? Faith being synchronistic with these two cards. I have a feeling, Capricorn, especially because your reading was a lot about flying sovereign, right? I believe that was the title of the message, was flying sovereign. I feel like you know that if people are meant to be in your space, they're meant to be in your space. Your energy is what it is because you're manifesting some good shit, right? You're keeping your faith in the love of the universe and putting the joy into what you're doing and not really letting it be disturbed by anybody else. So I think you having this strong connection with your own inner spirit, right? Your highest self. I think that you just have faith it's all going to work out for August. And I would stay in alignment with that mentality. Like, if you get a little discouraged or feeling like maybe you're separating too much, like, trust if you were guided to connect with someone, you would. You know what I mean? Guidance for August. So, Cardinal Air. Cardinal Air is Libra. My super attractor power comes from how I feel, my faith and love, and the joy I put out. Remember elevation. You are making the conscious decision to raise your vibration of love. Okay. So Libra. I think ultimately with this energy for you, that especially because South Node's in your sign now, right? And Ceres is in your sign now. I think that you're realizing the certain seasonal aspect of certain people And your only real spiritual responsibility is to maintain faith that as people or things or situations come in and other people or things or situations exit, it's all for the purpose of love and your elevation, right? Your continuation of growth. And that it's a beautiful thing, right? And to not be upset by or discouraged by shifts and being kind of thrown off balance in order to regain balance, right? I think that's kind of what the universe is asking you to remember with these two energies. Like, remember that you can look at the positive and be an optimist. You don't have to be in this space where you feel like you're sinking, right? Remember that you're not sinking, you're rising. You're not sinking, you're rising. You're not being put down or being shoved down. You're being elevated, right? You're being elevated. The discomfort is to break you open out of your shell, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like, it might not be the most comfortable experience, but it is the most beneficial one in the long run. So, remember that you're making the conscious decision to raise your vibration of love in this experience, which your lesson learning, right? Your lesson learning is asking you to stay in high alignment, right? So, Cardinal, water, Cancer. My super attractor power comes from how I feel, my faith in love, and the joy I put out. I can decide today to recalibrate my energy and commit to love and joy. I think that's awesome that this is the card that came out here, because Tanya, who was a Cancer and my soul sister from another mister, she was just talking about this. She did a coffee with Tanya type thing on Facebook, and she was talking about how people know the shift is coming, know the change is coming. If you don't know who Tanya Tomes is, I highly recommend finding her on Facebook. Acknowledge Your Energy 2023, acknowledge with an E, and see what she's all about. She's who I go to when I need to recalibrate, to be completely fair. I love Tanya. But your energy is your choice, right? This is what this comes down to, Cancer. Your energy is your choice. You can attract the best experiences in life because you choose to experience the best in life, you know? You don't have to get sucked into other people's dumb shit, right? It's their dumb shit. You could just let go. You could just let go. You don't have to be wrapped up. You don't have to be consumed. You don't have to be focused on. You don't have to give a fuck, right? This is about your energy. You know that the universe will work it out. You don't have to work it out, right? And this is, I think, a repeating theme for Cancer. Like, you don't have to fix it. The universe will fix it. You just have to maintain your own energy. You have to maintain your own focus on what's important and what matters in your everyday life, and not allow yourself to get distracted by the shadowy bullshit pull from other people, right? If other people want to live in chaos and bullshit, that's them, and it has nothing to do with you, right? You can recalibrate and commit to love and joy in your life at any time you want, right? Yeah, you had a bad day yesterday, a stressful day yesterday. Today you can wake up and be like, you know what? I got no fucks to give. You know, I'm smiling today. I'm putting my music in my ears today. I'm gonna have some comfort food today. I'm gonna get out in my garden today. Like, whatever it is. Maybe you're gonna sit and cuddle with your dog and get comfy under the quilts on your couch and watch movies that you love, or watch your favorite show reruns. Like, whatever you want to do that just feels good to you. Maybe you want to shut your phone off because, well, people are fucking annoying, and even if they don't message you, you don't want to risk them messaging you and disturbing your day. Like, you don't want the text ping popping up, you know? So it's just like taking your own energy and saying, I'm going to do what feels good for me today, and I am not going to participate in energies that don't lead or result in me feeling good, right? So Cancer, remember that for August. You get to choose. You get to choose how you feel. How you feel is a choice. It is not forced upon you, right? It is not forced upon you. How you feel is a choice. If you're having a hard time changing how you feel, then I would look to your perspectives and your belief systems, right? That you think something is so important that you can't be disturbed. Maybe you need to shift and remind yourself that it is not as important as you think it is. And that if it is so important and above your human pay grade to fix it, that Spirit's got it, because it's that important and you can't fix it, which means Spirit has to, and it's out of your hands. Let it go. Right? That was Cancer. So fixed, fire. Leo. I feel my way into faith one step at a time. Manifesting is the creative process of aligning with the energy of the universe to co-create an experience that elevates my spirit and the spirit of the world. To feel my way into faith one step at a time. You know, there's this mantra that I have, and it was on my coffee mugs. It's on one of my coffee mugs. I had them in my my Etsy shop for a while. I'm redoing my Etsy shop, guys, so bear with. But it was my morning mantra mug, and it was, Dear Universe, whatever you would have me do, whatever you would have me say, wherever you would have me go, if it's in the highest good of all, so be it. So be it. If you can wake up and remind yourself of that, maybe you write it somewhere, maybe you put it as the background on your phone or something so that you see it, right, when you go to check your phone first thing in the morning. Remind yourself that the universe will guide you on where you need to be. It will guide you on what needs to be said or doesn't need to be said, because you'll feel that. Definitely say this right now. Definitely refrain from saying this right now. Definitely go there. That is unnecessary. Or definitely don't. Something is putting you off about it. Something's off, right? It'll tell you. The universe will speak to you through your intuition all the time. And when you allow yourself to participate and co-create with the universe like that, feeling your way one step at a time, right? I think you will really start to understand why the universe does what it does and be able to appreciate its true brilliance, right? People don't give themselves the opportunity to see the brilliance of the universe as much as they could, because they're so convinced that they have to force certain things and create a specific outcome or a specific result or a specific event to happen or a specific conversation to happen or a specific person to be with. And, you know, we're convinced that we are the only creator, when really, if we allow ourselves to create with the divine within us, right, letting it guide us, what we end up creating is exponentially larger and more fulfilling and rippling in its love and healing than we could possibly imagine, right? So I feel like that is the guidance for you this month, Leo. Definitely remembering that you are co-creating with Spirit, and to just kind of trust one step at a time, especially if you're hitting a wall or a roadblock in your energy or your manifestation in some way. Reset and be like, all right, I've tried to take too much control from the universe, and I've got to give the universe back control, right, and take my hands off it, kind of surrender and do as I'm guided, to get back on track, right? So fixed Earth, Taurus. I feel my way into faith one step at a time. Remember, you have a strong connection to your soul's loving voice and have faith in your intuition. Trust, right? Feeling your way into faith one step at a time. I feel like you are also truly learning how to listen to your intuition, and it might be a big thing for fixed energy right now, right? Feeling your way into faith one step at a time is the fixed energy card. So, you know, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Aqua are all kind of dealing with that energy of trusting the self and trusting spirit, especially with Saturn and Neptune both being in Pisces, right, which is the sign of deep faith and intuition and connecting with our own divinity, aspecting on the different fixed energy in different ways. I feel like it's beneficial, okay, especially because it's sextiling on your house specifically. It's beneficial to you. I think that listening to your own inner voice that says it's okay, you will make it through whatever you're going through, especially because you got Uranus and Jupiter in there, and they're only going to be getting crazier as time moves forward together. But I'm definitely feeling like this is a time for you to kind of take a moment of pause. I'm feeling like it's taking a moment of pause and just trusting one feel-good choice at a time. Whether it feels good to just stay in and focus on your own surroundings, or if it feels good to be around a particular person, or if it feels good to, you know, maybe order something that helps you organize your space, like whatever it is that feels good for you, just focus on one feel-good at a time. If it would feel good to get something done so that it's no longer stressing you out, if it would feel good to, you know, even do a little bit of something, even if you don't complete it, a little bit is better than nothing, right? It's like, make sure that if you know that something's going to potentially be an issue and you're getting pings, like, take steps to resolve it in advance so that it either doesn't happen at all, or if and when it does, that you already prepared for it and it's much easier a transition, okay? So feel your way through. Spirit will get you out of whatever labyrinth you're in, okay? It will help you reach whatever goal point it needs you to get to, okay? Fixed air, Aqua. All right, so Aquarian energy. I feel my way into faith one step at a time. Remember, you are making the conscious decision to raise your vibration of love, right? Elevation. Aqua, I think that... Ooh, I just heard begrudgingly. You may be resisting spirit in your elevation just a little bit, and so this is a reminder for you to definitely just move in small, like, do things in small doses if you have to do things in small doses, even if it's elevating, right? Because even a baby step is still a step. So moving forward, and I'm feeling like there's definitely this letting go energy. I feel like there's definitely this letting go energy. As you start to move away from certain things or people or belief systems or perspectives, right? If a huge shift all at once is not your thing, especially being fixed air, then allow your perception or your point of view to elevate a little bit at a time. You know what I mean? You don't have to rocket lift off from the ground and to outer space and elevate to the point that you feel crazy, right? But allow yourself to morph and evolve from one thought to the next over the course of a few days or a few weeks in the month of August, right? I feel like revelations and little epiphanies along the way are going to help you do that. But ultimately, Spirit is shifting you, right? Spirit is shifting you and your perspective in order to help you manifest better, okay? So keep that in mind. As you shift and perceive things differently, your outer experience is also going to shift and benefit you in new ways. So embrace the shifts, even if it's just one small shift at a time. All right. Fixed water. Scorpio. I feel my way into faith one step at a time. I can decide today to recalibrate my energy and commit to love and joy. All right, so Scorpio, you had, I believe your reading was titled Winning. And I feel like with this energy, and it's interesting because I was having a conversation with a strong Scorpio energy the other day, and it was about unicorns. And the different energy that I had posted shorts about, right, concerning Lilith and Juno and the Venus and Mercury retrograde, right? You guys can go check them out in the shorts if you want to check them out. But they were asking me, you know, because I was talking about the dance with Lilith and Juno and how it's not the best time to start relationship dynamics. And he was like, well, you know, do you really believe that? And I was like, well, unless they're unicorns, then yeah, you know, because unicorns are energetically sovereign. They're not actually affected by people around them or the situations around them. They respond to it and act accordingly in the highest good, but their energy, their frequencies high and not being disturbed. Right? So if people were going to make it through in relationship dynamics or start new relationship dynamics, it's because they're energetically sovereign. They're going to be getting hit with a lot of shadow, right? Lilith dancing around Juno, committed relationships are going to be getting hit with a lot of shadow. So unless the two energies involved, right, the two individuals involved are truly sovereign and in it together, right, as a team, with the outer experience presenting what it does, unless those individuals are completely self-secure and self-aware and there's no mistrust or distrust, it's just kind of dealing with life and remembering the shadow is going to be trying to get to you, the chances of it not working are really high. You know, most of the time period between now and then is going to be big lessons in commitment and what we do or don't want to commit to. And I feel like that's this, you know, if you want to truly be in alignment, then you can decide today to recalibrate your own energy and commit to love and joy. You can love who you are. You can enjoy who you are. You can know that you are loving and that people enjoy you. And that you create that love and joy ripple being around other people, that your energy is contagious, right? And that can't be taken from you. That can't be shaken, right? It can't be raised, R-A-Z-E, to the ground, right? It's about raising, R-A-I-S-I-N-G, your energy to the point that, you know, you're moving forward and bridging major gaps one step at a time and realizing the universe works in amazing ways. Like, I would advise anybody between now and January 2025, if you are in a committed relationship or want to be in a committed relationship, to know your value. Know your value and know your partner's value. And that the value you two share together is stronger because you're working together, right? And to stay in that very sovereign mindset, not just as an individual, but as a partnership. That your partnership is sovereign from the rest of what is going on in the world and everybody else in it. You know, that there's three energies inside any relationship: them, yourself, and the relationship as a whole, right? There's three energies that matter: you, your partner, and the relationship itself as its own entity. Because you guys are both individuals, but the relationship is a dynamic in and of itself as the two of you as a pair, right? So keep that in mind. If you decide to move forward and you want to commit to something, then really trust the sovereignty of the individuals involved and the relationship dynamic, and that nothing can actually sway it, because that is going to make you such a powerful not just a powerful individual, but a power couple. That's what a power couple really is. Okay, so keep that in mind. I don't know why that was so important with your guidance energy, but for Scorpio, how you feel is your choice. How you feel is your choice. You decide and dictate what your relationships look like, right? Know that whatever you want from a relationship dynamic, whether it's romantic or otherwise, whatever you want from a relationship dynamic from your partner, make sure that you are giving the same energy, because you get what you give. So if you want loyalty, give loyalty. If you want transparency, give transparency. If you want someone that's a good communicator and talks about how they feel, then you have to also acknowledge the fact that you need to be a good communicator and talk about how you feel, right? If you want open finances and security, well then, you know, you have to be open financially and bring security, right? In some which way, shape, or form. So make sure that you're committing to recalibrating your own energy in order to receive what it is that you're putting out. And if people don't meet you at that level, let them go. Right? If you're being honest and they're not, let them go. If you're being in your truth and they're not, let them go. If you're being transparent and they're not, let them go. Like, recalibrate yourself. Anytime something shows up in the environment, in your outer experience, that doesn't sync with you, let it go. It's just a mirror trying to pull you into distractive energy. Right? It's just a mirror trying to pull you into distractive energy. Don't be distracted. If it doesn't sync up with the mirror of how you want to see yourself, or how you see yourself and what you want to receive, if you're not getting what you're giving, then let it go. Receive what you give. And if you don't like what you're receiving, let it go. All right? You choose. You choose. So, that was Scorpio. Mutable fire. Sagittarius. Shout out to She's a Fairy Tarot. I fucking love her. So remember, commitment. You dedicate yourself to your beliefs wholeheartedly, knowing that love is the essence of your very being. Manifesting is the creative process of aligning with the energy of the universe to co-create an experience that elevates my spirit and the spirit of the world. All right, Sag. For those of you who are Saggy energy or have strong Sagittarian placements, this is a reminder that whatever path you're on, especially because Sag is the philosopher, right? They are the teacher. They are the bullseye at the end of the shot, right? Sagittarius sees the long-term goal, not necessarily how to get there, but they see the goal. I feel like if you can commit to the goal, right? If you can commit to the high vision that you're holding, your belief systems as they come through to other people will start to ring a bell eventually. Okay. I don't think that, I mean, there's no other sign that's really on Saggy's level when it comes to the wisdom of things and being able to hit the mark with it. Sag is the ultimate wisdom teacher, right? That's why Ophiuchus is in Sagittarius's sign. It's literally from November 30th until December 17th. So if you fall within that window of dates, you're Ophiuchian as a Sagittarian, right? And it's the forgotten wisdom, right? Ophiuchus, if you think about it, and we're in Ophiuchus say, Ophiuchus is the serpent bearer, is the one that slayed the snake, the serpent, and found the antidote, right? Sagittarius, Ophiuchian energy, found the antidote to the poisons of the soul. And it's been dismissed from astrology as far as one of the zodiacs go because it throws off the 12 whatever, right? It's not equal or whatever, right? It's not a pretty even number. And so I feel like Sag has this beautiful energetic light that allows it to heal where other people or other signs forgot that healing was possible, right? Or they've denied that healing is possible and just kind of ended up, well, I am who I am and it is what it is, whatever, you know, life is just that way, or I'm just this way, I can't change, I've never changed, I'm not going to change, it is what it is, they'll never change. And it's like, Sag opens up a whole different kind of can of worms, or a whole different Pandora's box, right, on what it actually means to open up a can of worms or a Pandora's box. If you open up a can of worms to a Sag, they're going to go fishing, right? If you open Pandora's box in front of a Sag, they're not going to be looking at all of the plague coming out. They're going to be looking at all of the rainbows and angelic energy coming out, right? Because Pandora's box holds everything. Sag is the optimist of the zodiac. So I feel like you hang around Sagittarian energy long enough, especially yourself, Sag, that you're going to realize that what you believe, knowing that love is the very essence of your being, right, and that you are co-creating with spirit, that ultimately whatever is manifesting for you in this creative process isn't just going to elevate you but the world at large, right? That your ripple is huge. Just commit to yourself and what you believe in. Know that other people will catch on eventually. Sagittarius has always been ahead of the curve. So let that energy kind of guide you. You know, like Sag is the ruler of the 9th house. It's the top of the sky. It's right up there with the midhaven. It's the predecessor to the midhaven. So people don't know who they are and what their purpose is until they've moved through Sagittarian energy, right? Until they've expanded. Once they've expanded and they've seen and they've learned the wisdom, not just knowledge, right? 3rd house knowledge, but 9th house wisdom. Only then do they really know why they're here and what they want to do with their life, right? So keep being that torch, that lighthouse, and allow things to really unfold right in front of you, right? Saggy. Mutable Earth. Virgo. Remember, you dedicate yourself to your beliefs wholeheartedly, knowing that love is the essence of your very being. You have a strong connection to your soul's loving voice and have faith in your intuition. Commit and trust, right? Commitment and trust. So for you, Virgo, with these energies here, I think if you're being met with resistance, Virgo, that you kind of need to take a leap of faith on yourself. Like Virgo being mutable earth is flowing or changing manifestation, right? Flowing or changing manifestations. And so, you know, Virgo can get very methodical. Virgo can get very routine. And sometimes it's the little changes to routine or the little changings of the method, right? To release control and allow things to be different. Is actually very beneficial. Like Virgo is everything has a place and everything is in its right place type sign, right? Super organized, hypercritical of the self, seeks out perfection, all of that stuff. And it's like, well, let's redefine perfection. Instead of everything having a place and everything being put in its place, what if the place is shifted and it's still the right place? Right? Maybe you once had a picture frame on that wall and a different picture on the other wall, and maybe you have another picture upstairs, and when you switch all of the pictures around, it creates a new vibrational energy and everything is still in the right place. You know what I mean? It's not out of place. Maybe you rearrange your furniture, right? Virgoian energy, being mutable earth, is about getting comfortable in the idea that perfection is actually flowing, not stagnation. not routine, right? Virgo can sometimes be seen as like anal neurotic when it comes to certain things, and it's like there's beauty in the shift. There's beauty in the differences, right? That just because things are changing or shifting doesn't mean that it's not perfect. It's the universe showing you that there's many different versions of what perfect is. There's many different versions of what perfect is. Like, some people will walk into a house where there's kids and be like, oh my God, this house is such a mess. Oh my God, it's so imperfect. And someone else can walk into the same house and there's toys everywhere. It looks like a child bomb went off. And they're like, it looks so lived in. It looks like the kids are so free, right? There's happiness here. It's perfect. It's perfect. So what is perfect then? Is it when everything is in order and it's tidy and it doesn't look like it can be touched? Or is it perfect when it's lived in and there's life there? Are they both perfect? Right? Different versions of perfect. And so commit to whatever it is, right? To whatever it is that is right for your belief. And know and trust that if Spirit is singing to you a different tune, that one song does not necessarily have to be better than another song. They're just completely different, beautiful songs in their own right. And it's okay to enjoy a different song for a while. Okay? Trust the shift of reality for yourself. Okay? Virgo. Mutable air. Gemini. Remember, you dedicate yourself to your beliefs wholeheartedly, knowing that love is the essence of your very being, that you are making the conscious decision to raise your vibration of love. Remember, commitment and elevation. Gemini, this is definitely a commitment to shift. Okay, a commitment to change and grow. Whatever it is that you believe right now, if you believe something is off, if you believe that someone in your life is no longer suitable for where you want to be or where you're growing to or what your needs and desires are, if you're no longer on the same page as someone or something, like, and you believe that it should be a certain way, then stick to that. Then stick to that, right? Sometimes we feel like we are meant to be with certain people until we realize there are certain irreconcilable differences, which is just a fancy way of saying incompatible. Incompatible, right? Like, two alcoholics would probably fare better together than someone who is an alcoholic and someone who is straight edge. You know, like, it's irreconcilable differences that pop up because they're just incompatible. Can someone become compatible? Of course they can. But if the reality is, you know, someone's unwilling to change and you're elevating, they're not elevating with you or growing with you and they're stagnating, well, then they gotta go. You know what I mean? And that's fine. That's fine. It just means they're going to be better suited somewhere else, and so are you. And there's freedom in that. Right? Commit to your own elevation and don't let yourself stagnate anywhere. All right, make that decision, that conscious decision to keep raising your vibration and not staying stuck, right? You decide. You decide what you want to dedicate yourself to, and if you know for certain that you want to be around better energy, then commit to that and elevate with that, right? If you got to let certain things, places, people go and or shift, right, your relation to them shift, then so be it, right? It can't be like it was. It has to be better, right? It can't be the same way as it was. It can't be the same way as it's always been. It's got to be better. And if it's got to be better, then the same isn't going to work. The same stagnant shit ain't going to work. If you don't like living with it today, you ain't going to like living it every day for 10 years. You know what I mean? You're probably going to hate it 10 years worth more. So stick to your beliefs wholeheartedly and commit to your growth. All right, Gem. All right. Mutable water. Pisces. Remember, you dedicate yourself to your beliefs wholeheartedly, knowing that love is the essence of your very being. That you can decide to recalibrate your energy and commit to love and joy, right? So this commit is being synchronized on both cards for you, Pisces. And Pisces reading, Pisces over the last, couple months has been, well, few months really. How we were getting these energies back in like December of last year, right? So, Pisces has been dealing with a freeloading type of energy, and finally this month had a fucking breakthrough, like hallelujah, like finally snapped and decided to put up some healthy boundaries. And so now it's a matter of committing to it, right? Deciding that you are recalibrating your energy for August and moving forward, that you're committing to love, you're committing to loving your life, loving your everyday, loving the energy that you're feeling, committing to joy, experiencing wonderful feeling experiences and doing what you want to do, whether it is coloring in a coloring book or being outside or going out somewhere and taking a little day trip, whatever it is that you enjoy, right? With me, myself, and I, or different people altogether. Commit to your belief that you are deserving of love and joy, right? And know that love and joy is the true essence of your very being, that you are never separate from that. You just choose otherwise, right? And if how you feel is a choice, then commit to choosing the best for yourself, right? That is going to be the guidance for Pisces for August. So thank you to everybody who participated today in liking and sharing and commenting on the video. I absolutely appreciate you more than you realize for, helping the channel grow and being there for me and each other in that way, because everybody needs a little guidance sometimes, and that's what this is for. Right, so that you can have that experience of feeling seen by spirit, heard by the universe, and being helped to continue in the highest good direction, that you're able to and supposed to, designed to, destined to fulfill, right, your highest good. So thank you for all the likes and the shares and the comments. And my love and support is with you always. I will see you next time. Bye.